And I want to take you now to Windsor, where PC leader Doug Ford is officially launching his campaign. Let's listen together.
I want to welcome my Ontario PC candidates. Andrew Dowie, your PC candidate for Windsor-Tecumseh. They're all champs, these guys. Anthony Liardi, your PC candidate for Essex. And Tony Francis, your PC candidate for Windsor West. And I can't wait to welcome Tony to Queen's Park as part of our Ontario PC team. Yesterday, I met with Her Honor, the Lieutenant Governor, who accepted my request to dissolve the legislature and call an election to be held on February 27th. I couldn't imagine a better place to start our campaign than right here in Windsor. And I couldn't imagine a better partner to start our campaign with than with the people of Windsor. And Mayor Dilkins wanted to be here today, but unfortunately he had a little family emergency, and we all know family comes first. So I just wish you all the best, Mayor, and I'll be coming back here again. But he's an absolute champion for this city and for his people, and I thank him for his support. In these uncertain times, I'm asking the people of Ontario for their trust. I'm asking the people for a strong, stable, four-year mandate to do whatever it takes to protect Ontario. The people of our province, like people across Canada, are facing unprecedented challenge. President Trump is threatening steep and sweeping tariffs that will devastate Canada's economy on February 1st. And I mean it when I say devastate. Hundreds of thousands of Ontario jobs are at risk, and not just factory workers, service workers, the great construction workers here, everyday hard-working people in offices and factories across Ontario. When workers lose their jobs, entire communities feel pain. Bills go unpaid, local businesses lose customers, families worry about their future. And let's be clear, this isn't just about tariffs. The president has threatened economic force. He's even floated the unthinkable, taking over Canadian territory. Let me say this loud and clear, Canada is not for sale. Not to President Trump, not to anyone. The sad fact is, there is no reason for President Trump to be doing this. Canada and the United States are strongest when we work together. Before I entered politics, I ran a business that had employees on both sides of the border. I've seen it firsthand. If you ask thousands of Canadian and American business owners, or the millions of Canadian and American workers that depend on cross-border trade, they will tell you that Canada-U.S. trade is one of the great win-wins in the history of the world. More jobs and bigger paychecks for workers on both sides of the border. More profits for businesses on both sides of the border. Lower prices for consumers on both sides of the border. More revenue for governments on both sides of the border. I wish Canada was not in this position. I wish we were working together to make Canada and the United States the richest, most successful, safest, most secure two countries on the planet. But nobody has ever solved a problem by wishing it away. We have to play the hand we're dealt. To protect Ontario and Canada, we need a strong leadership that is prepared to do whatever it lies ahead. Despite the chaos we now see in Ottawa, I made it very clear that our government will rise above politics and partisanship to work with any Prime Minister to keep Ontario and Canada safe. From factory floors to boardrooms, from Main Street, Ontario to American cable news. I've gone and will continue to go anywhere and everywhere to make the case for Ontario, for Canada, and for America to work together once again. I continue to hope that cooler heads will prevail, that the Trump administration will pull back from these tariffs. But I'm also a realist. We have to prepare for the worst. We're entertaining a period of unprecedented economic risk and lengthy negotiations. against President Trump and with the federal government and other provinces. During this time, the government will need to move fast. Responding to the challenge will demand enormous action that was never considered as part of our current mandate. We'll redouble our efforts to build Ontario's economy. We will do whatever it takes to protect workers and their livelihoods. We will invest tens of billions of dollars in new spending to keep people working. We will work with unions and businesses to retain and reskill our hardest hit workers. And as we do, we need to do everything possible to keep our economy competitive. We'll keep up the fight against the job-killing Liberal carbon tax, and we're urging the federal government to join us in cutting red tape and streamlining approvals to get big things built faster. All of this will require unplanned action with long-term consequences, which is why the people of Ontario deserve to have their voices heard. As taxpayers, this is your money. This is your province and your future. You deserve a say. As Premier, my mandate can only come from the people, not from other politicians. And the bigger the mandate I receive from you, the better we'll be able to protect our province. Because this is a game to the president. He seeks to divide and conquer, whether he imposes tariffs next week, next month, or waits another year or more. Trump's threats are not going away. At a time when the federal government has left Canada drifting, exposed, and vulnerable, President Trump will use every day he's in office to exploit any weakness he can find. To protect Ontario, we need a mandate that will outlive and outlast the Trump administration. While I cannot control Ottawa, there will be no weakness in Ontario. These were the facts that weighed on me when I considered calling this election. With the trust and the support of Ontario workers, I will give this fight everything I've got. In times of trouble, Team Ontario will once again answer the call. We'll continue to make the case to our American allies that we're so much stronger together. We'll also be ready to do whatever is necessary to stand up for and protect Ontario. Our workers, businesses, communities, make no mistake, Ontario won't start a fight with the U.S., but you better believe we'll be ready to win one. To the people of Ontario, let me close by saying this. You know me and the kind of leader I am. You may not always agree with me, and that's okay, but my record is clear. When times are tough, I will do whatever it takes to keep you safe. I will work with anyone, and I will stand up to anyone in order to protect our province and our people. I'm prepared to do whatever is necessary and whatever it takes to protect our jobs, businesses, families, and communities. That's why on February 27th, I'm asking for your vote. I'm asking you for a stronger mandate by electing your local Ontario PC candidates. The stronger the mandate, the better. And together, we will protect Ontario. Thank you, and may God bless the people of Ontario. Thank you so much. Thanks, guys.